I'm Nick Tapper. I'm the commissioning editor at Giramondo Publishing, so I work there on our fiction and non-fiction lists primarily, and some work in illustrated publishing as well.
Great. And how did you get into the industry?
It's a sort of complicated story. My background was in the art world, in visual arts and festivals and theatre, and I sort of was gradually doing publishing projects through all of those jobs. And I ultimately decided that I wanted to move more seriously into publishing. I did a postgrad publishing diploma at University of Melbourne. I did some magazine editing and some freelance book editing and did some art books, and I'd been a bookseller previously, and then this job came along at Giramondo, which was a company for which I'd written an honours thesis on, a Giramondo author previously, and I knew the publisher. They were my favourite publisher in the country, so it was a great kind of place to move into.
Yeah, awesome gig. And what's your day-to-day working life at?
It really depends on the day, but I mean, emails are a huge part of working life, unfortunately. But I mean, on a good day, I'll be working on a manuscript, which is, either doing big structural or developmental work with an author, or working on line editing, or a lot of times it's discussing cover designs and back cover blurbs and that sort of thing. We're a really small publisher, so my job kind of goes from everything from publicity discussions through to printing and production, so it's really varied day by day, but email is sadly a constant through all of it.
You're not the first person to mention the emails.
It's a curse of existence, but I guess it gets things done.
Yeah. And do you have any advice for editors who are coming into the industry?
I mean, it's a tough industry. I mean, I think there aren't that many good jobs. A lot of them aren't that well paid, and it's very competitive. But I think reading and kind of really getting a sense of the industry is really important. I think bookselling is a great way to learn about how the book industry works, like seeing how readers and consumers relate to books, and seeing how often books are picked up and then ignored, or like how many books that are really promising don't work in the marketplace. But I think, I think that mixture, at least for being a literary publisher, that mixture of having a really strong literary sense and also enough pragmatism to be able to understand how the industry works and where the books that you're doing sit and what kind of readers there are for them is really important. So mostly reading and actually I'd say working on literary magazines, as a volunteer or as a if there are paid gigs, which is not that often, writing is really useful, and editing friends who are writers and that sort of thing, developing those networks of literary kind of community and literary creativity are really useful, I think, in developing skills.